Good morning. Hope you're having a great week or weekend, whichever it is for you. This second, as soon as I go to back out, somebody pulls behind me, somebody cutting through the parking lot, and I got somebody walking behind me. Like it's July 4th. There's hardly anybody here. And now all of a sudden when I need to back out, now there's a truck turning down this row. Oh my goodness, man. This is crazy. Anyway, it is Tuesday, July 4th, 7:57 a.m. Central Daylight Time, local time, here in Oklahoma City. I'm in my personal vehicle. I'm at Home Depot. I came down here to get some keys. Actually, I was headed to the truck, and I was like, you know what? Let's see if Home Depot's open. And yeah, they're open. They're working their normal hours today on July 4th, which for anybody not in the United States doesn't know what July 4th is. July 4th is a holiday here in the U.S. For our independence. It's celebrating the day we told the British to fuck off. So I'm going down to the truck to remove the control board out of the APU. I've been procrastinating about getting back out over the road, and it's two main reasons why I've been procrastinating on getting back out over the road. Number one is because of how bad the rates are. Just a second here. Got a lot of construction, and here's somebody jaywalking across the highway here. It's not a highway, it's a state road. I forgot its state road designation. I just know it is Northwest Expressway. But anyway, the two reasons I've been procrastinating about getting back out over the road are the rates and the lack of a the CCU, the lack of an APU. That's a big chunk of wood in the road. So without an APU, that means I have to run the main engine of the truck basically 24 hours a day. That uses a lot of fuel, and it puts a lot of run hours on the main engine, and I don't like doing that. It increases the likelihood of, the main engine needing to go into the shop for some reason. So I really haven't been looking forward to getting back out over the road without an APU. And the CCU that needs to be replaced for the APU is on a permanent back order. You cannot find one. I found a place that has one listed online for sale, but I suspect that if I tried to place an order with them, they'd tell me that it's out of stock. Like, it's been out of stock for a couple of years that you cannot get one of these boards. And I called Carrier a couple weeks ago and asked them if anything changed with the status of it, and they're like, nope, nothing's changed. It's getting even harder to get them because nobody's had much of any kind of inventory replenishment for about 2 years. So even the people that had a couple of them in stock, whatever they had in stock is gone, and they can't get them replaced. From what the carrier dealers are telling me is that each location is only getting 1 to 2 boards per year. I don't know how many carrier dealers there are. Let's say that there's 500 across the U.S. That means that they're only making like 1,000 of these boards per year, or they're only, buying or shipping out 1,000 of these boards per year. That's crazy. It is a really common component to fail on the carrier APU. I've had to replace, this will be my third one that I've had replaced. So yeah, I'm gonna go over to the truck, take the CCU out for a couple of reasons. Number one is to see if I can find any obvious damage or get the part numbers off of the breakers. There are some breakers on the CCU itself, some little blocks. They're not breakers that you can manually reset. They're like little blocks that plug into the board that have breakers inside of them. They reset automatically. So I'm gonna get the part numbers off those things, see if I can find them online, and maybe I might buy some replacements and just replace all the breakers and see if that fixes the problem. And then of course just look for obvious damage and stuff. So now that we have that out of the way, let's talk about what's been going on with me. So I got a DOT inspection done on my truck, and when I went over to the truck to get the DOT inspection done, whenever you let the truck set for a long period of time, it's really common for the brakes, the brake pads, to stick to the drums. And it's usually not a big deal. You just release the brakes, and within a minute or two, they'll just pop free. And sometimes I'll have to rock the truck back and forth gently, and they'll pop free. Well, all of the brakes popped free except one on a drive axle. And I had to get pretty aggressive rocking the truck back and forth to get that brake to eventually pop free. And in the process of doing so, I damaged those two drive tires. So whenever I went in to get the DOT inspection done, I ended up spending $1,300 that I didn't plan on spending to replace two drive tires. Tire prices have gone up dramatically, double, sometimes triple, depending on the tire, depending on the location. It's just insane, the prices. These days on just about everything. What's crazy is that my insurance for my personal vehicle and my house, both of them have doubled in the last couple of years. But my insurance for my truck has stayed really steady. My truck insurance hasn't really changed. And I think the reason is because truck insurance went up dramatically through, like, I don't know, 2015 through 2020. Truck insurance went up a lot because of juries awarding really stupid payouts. Yeah, let's just get really fucking stupid here and start weaving through traffic. There's a pack of cars passing me right now, and when people get into packs, they just, like, individually people are semi, like, I don't know, intelligent, but once you get them in a group, they get their stupid on. had truck insurance because of juries awarding just absolutely stupid payouts. Like, yeah, just fucking another person cutting me off. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm slamming on my brakes every time somebody does that to me because they're coming like a couple of feet in front of my car. If they were to touch their brakes doing that, I would rear end them if I wasn't already braking. That's the reason I'm braking. Can't believe people drive like this. There's like tons of room around me, but people keep cutting in between me and this other car and just cutting me off, and it's really pissing me off. I'm closing the gap between me and this car to hopefully make people choose to either go in front of the car or behind me instead of going in between the two of us. I just don't understand like why people are so dumb. So, yeah, insurance for trucks shot up dramatically between like 2015 and 2020. Even after 2020, truck insurance was still going up. Whenever I went through orientation with USA Truck, that's one of the things that they talked about in orientation in February of 2020 was truck insurance, and how the people that were being hurt the most, that were getting the largest rate increases, were the medium and small carriers, which they are a medium carrier, and they said that they're seeing, fairly significant rate increases. They said the really large carriers are having small rate increases, and then the small carriers are having just massive rate increases, like doubling the price of their insurance or more. So I think that's the reason during all this inflation we haven't seen huge, well, I haven't, I don't know about everybody else, but I haven't seen massive increases in my truck insurance, is because they already did that to us. So anyway, what's going on with me? Well, yeah, $1,300 on tires, replacing 2 drive tires. DOT inspection, got that done. Landstar pays for that. And with Hobby Lobby, my last video, I talked about what I was planning on doing during this, bad freight market, was running that Hobby Lobby account. That's not going to happen. Alright, this is the lane I want to be in. The far right lane is going exit only right now, and then the lane directly to my right goes exit only right before my exit. So this is going to be the far right lane in a couple minutes. This is going to be lane number 4. I don't know why they number lanes from left to right. Like, lanes should start on the far right side, not on the far left side. This should be lane number 1. That lane to my right should be an exit only lane. This should be lane 1. But the Highway Safety Council, or whatever the hell it is, decided that lane numbering should start from the far left. So lane 1 is the far left lane, and this is lane 4. It doesn't make any sense to me. Because you could never, like, if you're training somebody and you're telling them that as a truck you should always be in a specific lane, you can't use lane numbering to tell them that. You just have to say you should always be in the right lane unless passing. You can't say that you should always be in lane 1. So anyway, this second here, I got pickup truck riding my ass, motorcycle passing me on the right. Give you an idea of the speeds these people are doing. Speed limit is 60. I'm driving 68. These people are going like 80 miles an hour. They're going like 20 miles an hour over the speed limit. At least that motorcycle is. That truck is probably going about 75 to 80. That motorcycle is going about 80. So yeah, Hobby Lobby. Why is Hobby Lobby not going to work out? 3 main reasons. Number one, it's just a horrible account. And I knew that, but I was reminded of how bad it was whenever I called and talked with the agent. I don't know how to describe him other than saying he's an asshole. Like, he's not mean to me. He doesn't say, like, fucked up shit to me. It's just his personality. He's an asshole. The best way I can describe it is that he's arrogant, he's condescending, he's patronizing. It's like, imagine how somebody would talk to a 12-year-old stepson that they don't like. That's how he talks to people. So whenever I talked with him, that just reminded me of how much I didn't like the account. So that was issue number one. Issue number two is that I contacted Ron. Ron is the guy who told me about the account. He's the Landstar driver that left a note on my door telling me about it. Alright, this is not, keep going. Don't slow down. I'm in a really bad spot. I was in the blind spot of that car to my left. I do not like driving in somebody's blind spot. Because people, even if they know that I'm there, they'll forget. Like, if they see me there one time, 15 seconds later, when they think to make a lane change, they'll forget that I'm there. But, yeah, issue number two, I talked with Ron. Ron was this Landstar agent's #1 driver. And Ron told me that that agent ran him out of business. The load doesn't pay very well. The only way that you can run this load and stay in business is if you get consistent loads. You have to run a minimum number of loads per week, depending on what your expenses are, to be able to stay in business. And Ron said that he could not consistently get loads, and he ended up going out of business. He sold off all of his equipment, and he works in some other... He's not a truck driver anymore. He didn't go become a company driver or anything like that. He's just not in trucking anymore. So that's issue number two, is that this agent's #1 driver, his main driver, could not get enough loads to stay in business. And issue number three was, I called this agent on Monday. Thursday or Friday, he sent out an email to all the people on his distribution list and said that Hobby Lobby informed him that there was a massive reduction in container volume and that his containers were getting cut in half immediately, and he might see even more reduction beyond that. So he had 10 drivers that were running for him, like doing 5 loads per week for him. And he basically had to tell 5 of his drivers that, what he said in the email is that if we haven't contacted you about running next week, good luck. If we get more containers in the future, I hope you come back. That's what he told them in the email. So now all of those drivers that were reliant on him are going to have to start running random loads on the load board. So, yeah, I'm not even going to bother with that Hobby Lobby account. They sent out an email yesterday saying that they had runs Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3 or 4 days. I forget what it was. I didn't even bother responding back to get those runs because I'm pretty sure that those 5 drivers that he just basically let go, one of them probably immediately responded to that email for those loads. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a hold of trailer utilization, get a trailer, and then I'm just going to go, run loads on the load board. All right, this is my exit. Miller, I think it's a local company here in Oklahoma City. I think they do reefer, I'm not sure. I had one of them that would not yield at this sign, and both of us had to come to a complete stop right here. And he ran across, his trailer tires went up over that curb. Like, he just would not yield to me for me to take this exit. Like, I don't understand some people, man. There's some dumbasses out here. Like, I was honking my horn and everything at him, and he just would not yield to me. All right. Let's get up to speed really quick. You go from 20 miles per hour to 50, 60 mile per hour traffic. Pretty dangerous. It's one of the most dangerous interchanges in Oklahoma City. The rumor that I've heard since the early 90s is that they let a University of Oklahoma engineering class design that interchange, and it is the dumbest, most horribly designed, dangerous interchange I have ever seen. I mean, I'm sure that theoretically, on paper, it's a good design, but people don't drive like that. That's like, people are not courteous, they don't have proper spacing, they get defensive of their lane, they block people, and that interchange is so incredibly dangerous. It's designed completely with one thing in mind, and that is theoretical engineering. It does not take into consideration anything to do with reality. It's all based on theory. We're almost there. This is my exit. I wonder if the gate's going to be open. I wonder if the shop... You know what? There was a holiday last year that I was really surprised that the shop was open. I was like, I didn't think you guys were going to be here today. They're like, no, we sometimes work holidays, sometimes we don't. It just kind of depends on their workload, is what they told me. If they have stuff they need to do, then they'll come in and work on a holiday. If it's, a pretty light work schedule, then, maybe they'll shut down for the holiday. It's real hit or miss on whether or not they work holidays. But if somebody's there, it means the gate's open, and I'm not going to have to get out and punch in my gate code. That'd be nice. And it's nice to get the key thing over with, the Home Depot. I've been planning on getting spare keys ever since the shop lost one of my keys. I originally, when I bought the truck, I had 5 keys. Now I'm down to 4. I always keep one at the house. So that means I keep 3 in the truck. 1 to carry with me in my pocket, 1 in the ignition, and a spare that just sits there. Oh, it looks like there's somebody here. Is the gate? Oh, the gate is open. Oh, and the shop is open. Yep. They're working today. They got a whole bunch of trucks in there. They stay extremely busy. We're over here to the right, Savannah Trucking. I think they have more than one trucking company, but they run a trucking company or one or more trucking companies out of that building to the right. Over on the building in the left, they have the shop. Then they have the paid parking back here, and they also have a pipeline, pipe company, where I don't know like what they do with pipe, but they have a whole bunch of oil field piping back here that they load onto trucks. I don't know if they cut the pipe here or if they just like store it here. But I see them moving the pipe around a lot, and I see them loading trucks up with pipe a lot. But I don't know what they actually do with the pipe here aside from store it. They have some kind of unit right there, star pipe, that little thing right there. I don't know if that cuts pipe or it bends pipe, but there's some kind of unit right there that they run the pipe through. But I'm quite certain that they're not making the pipe at this location. That requires some facilities that I am not seeing around here. About the only thing that they could possibly do here is maybe clean the pipe or cut the pipe. Oh man, I hope the truck starts up, because somebody parked that trailer right next to me, and it's gonna be really hard. If I need to take the car up there to charge the batteries, it's gonna be really hard for me to get the sorry, it's beeping at me because I left the headlights on. It's gonna be really hard for me to get a battery cable up here, so please start. This is not a good sign. The interior lights are not coming on. So let's see what the voltage is. $11.5. That should be enough. That was surprising. Why didn't the interior lights come on? Oh, they're still not coming on. I must have them programmed. They're still like not coming on. So, the batteries must be low enough that, oh, there they are. They're finally coming on. All right, I do not want them to come on when the door opens. There we go. Yeah. I don't like the lights coming on when the door opens. All right, so let me get out of the truck. We'll wrap up this video. And I'll show you my new tires. So these are all old tires. Old, and then over here on the right side, old, and then brand new tires. These two brand new tires right here. Goodyear Oh, that's muddy. Goodyear Marathons. And I asked the mechanic, I was like, is this going to cause the tires to wear down really fast, putting some brand new tires with some older tires? And he said no. He said that if you pair up an old tire with a new tire, like right here, together, then yes, it'll cause the new tire to wear down really quick. But two tires together at the end of an axle, paired up, you shouldn't see any, it should not affect the wear at all, he told me. As long as the tires that are paired up together at the end of the axle are the same tread depth, then you shouldn't see any additional wear on them or anything. So we're good. This is going to be really fun. Getting to this control board is a pain in the butt. It's really muddy here. And here you can see the ditch. This was me driving back and forth. I don't know how well you can see it. Let me back up a little bit. You can't see it out here in the parking lot anymore, but you can still see it right there. The tire where it was, the two tires were dragging, and it goes all the way up to my steer tires. This ditch right here that I was dragging the tires back and forth, trying to get the brake pad to break free. I'm not going to do that ever again. If I ever run into that situation again, I don't know, I'll get out here with my brake cleaner and spray the hell out of them and bang on them with a hammer and see if I can't get them to break free some other way. But man, the amount of force that you put on the brake pads, you know, dragging the truck like that, I don't know that I could break them free with a hammer. If they're not going to come free, dragging them back and forth like that, then I don't know what a hammer is going to do. So anyway, I think I'll wrap up the video. It's not too hot out here today. This is a pretty good day for it. It's windy, but it's always windy in Oklahoma. The wind is actually pretty light today. But yeah, I'm gonna start work on this before it gets too hot today, and then get back over to the house, and I hope I can get this APU fixed somehow. There's a couple of places where you can send a circuit board to them and they'll repair it for you. I don't really know if I would trust places to do that. The prices that I've seen, most of them don't list a price. There was one place that had a price listed of $125. You ship the circuit board, and they had specifically a page for my circuit board, and it said the price to refurbish or rebuild this circuit board is $125. So once I get the circuit board out and I take a look at it, if I can't see anything obviously wrong with it that I might be able to fix, then I might send it off to one of those places and see if I can't get it fixed. I don't know, we'll wait and see. This is something that I should have gotten done a couple months ago. It's just that the shops, the carrier dealers, told me that they were all getting in a shipment in May, and I just kept waiting, and then it wasn't until mid-June that I called them to see if they had any in stock, and they're like, no. No. I can't believe they can't believe you're even calling about that. Those things don't exist anymore. And what's sad is you would think that this circuit board, the reason they don't carry any of them is because I have an old APU. No. They told me the reason that circuit board is so hard to get is because they've been using the same circuit board for like 10 years or more. Like every carrier APU uses the exact same circuit board, even the brand new ones. The new ones, the old ones, they all use the same circuit board. That's the reason they're so hard to get, is because everybody that has a carrier APU uses the same damn circuit board. That's what the parts guy told me, so yeah, there's a lot of them that are needed, and they get hardly any of them in stock. But yeah, the plan right now is sometime after July 4th, I am going to call Trailer Utilization or email them and tell them I need a trailer. And then I'm going to come back out here and load up the truck and go pick the trailer up. And then start looking for a load after I get the trailer and inspect it. I never try to book a load when I don't have a trailer or I haven't inspected the trailer, because you never know what's gonna, like, you might get there. Like, I've had Trailer Utilization send me to places to pick up trailers and there's just no trailer there. Or you get there and like the trailer is just like it's been in a wreck or something. Trailer Utilization doesn't really know the status of any of the trailers. They really don't have any understanding of what's going on with the trailers. Hold on just a second. Is that the guy that parks next to me? The guy that parks in this spot right here is a repossession person. He has all those cameras and stuff on his cars that read license plates, and he just drives around in parking lots looking for car repossessions. Oh, there's a whole bunch of cars down there. I'm gonna go down and talk to him. I'm gonna pause the video while I talk to him. All right, so he's not the guy that parks next to me. He's just another person. And I asked him, I was like, is the repo business good? Because I heard that like people are defaulting on cars like crazy. And he's more of a company person. He's not like a business owner. And people that are like, that work for businesses, employees, they don't really understand what's going on in the world. He told me that he's finding like 5 cars a night on average. He said that he works directly for a tow company. The tow company provides his car, his work vehicle. I asked him, like, what does this camera setup cost? And he's like, I have no idea. The vehicle with the cameras is provided by the tow company. All he does is drive around looking for cars, like driving through parking lots and apartment complexes and stuff like that, and then he reports them to the tow company. He said he gets $10 per hour plus $20 per car. So if he works an 8-hour shift, that's $80 a day. Plus he said he finds 5 cars a day on average. That's another $20 per car. That's $100, so $180 a day on a normal shift. So that's like, I don't know, that's $900 a week. I don't know if I mathed that out in my head correctly, but $900 a week, that's not too bad. It's pretty damn good money for just cruising around in your car. And I was like, oh, so you just report them to you're not the one that actually has to deal with somebody coming out with a gun defending their car. And he's like, no. I was like, so you got the real easy part of the job? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, all right, well, he's got a pretty sweet gig. He doesn't have to deal with people, coming out, getting all crazy. He just reports the location of the cars to the tow company. So that's pretty sweet. But yeah, the guy that parks in this spot that I'm walking back and forth in, he does those repossessions. He's got his car like completely decked out with cameras. And I don't know why he doesn't have any cars here. He usually has like 3 or 4 cars parked up and down this spot, but he doesn't have any vehicles here. So anyway, the reason I'm keep talking is because I'm procrastinating about working on that damn circuit board. I need to just hurry up and get it over with. What makes it a pain in the ass is how tight the space is to work in. Like, it's painful to get your hand crammed into the spots that you need to get into to like loosen up screws and stuff like that. It hurts. So I'm not looking forward to it, but let's just hurry up and get it over with. And maybe I'll talk more about the freight market and the economy and stuff like that in other videos. But we'll wrap this one up. Hope you're having a great holiday weekend, or if you're out doing your work week, hope you're having a great work week. So have a good one. Bye.